Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for new global index for post-corona world, says focus should be on preserving planet Earth. Meghalaya signs $120 million pact with World Bank to modernize its transport sector and boost tourism. Number of corona cases on decline in India. Northeast follows suit. Former Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi in critical condition. House panel to discuss efficacy of corona vaccines tomorrow. Vaccines may be within people's reach as early as next week. And BPF leaders cross floor, join BJP. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal says only BJP can ensure progress in BTR. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ajanta Chaudhary. Now with the details. In national news first, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has termed the COVID-19 pandemic as an important turning point in history of humanity and the biggest challenge the world is facing since the World War II. He called for decisive action by the G20, not limited to economic recovery, jobs and trade, but focusing on preserving planet Earth. He was speaking at the 15th G20 summit convened by Saudi Arabia in a virtual format. Modi called for a new global index for the post-corona world that comprises 4 key elements. These are creation of a vast talent pool, ensuring that technology reaches all segments of the society, transparency in systems of governance, and dealing with Mother Earth with a spirit of trusteeship. He asserted that based on this, the G20 can lay the foundation of a new world. In news from Northeast, the Government of India, the Government of Meghalaya and the World Bank have signed a $120 million loan agreement to finance a project to improve and modernize the transport sector in Meghalaya. This will help Meghalaya to harness its vast growth potential for high-value agriculture and tourism. The project will improve about 300 kilometers of strategic road segments and stand-alone bridges by using innovative, climate-resilient and nature-based solutions. The agreement was signed by Dr. C.S. Mohapatra on behalf of the Government of India, Hideki Mori, Operations Manager, India, World Bank on behalf of the World Bank, and Dr. Vijay Kumar D., Commissioner and Secretary, Planning on behalf of the Government of Meghalaya. National Cadet Corps, NCC, the largest uniformed youth organization in the world, celebrated its 72nd Raising Day today. The Raising Day function was marked by paying homage at the National War Memorial to the fallen heroes who had made the supreme sacrifice of their lives. Defense Secretary Ajay Kumar and Director General NCC Lieutenant General Rajiv Chopra laid wreaths on behalf of the entire NCC fraternity. The Defense Secretary said the NCC cadets have contributed by participating selflessly during the COVID-19 pandemic as corona warriors to spread awareness about measures to fight against the disease. Now we take a short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
अरे वाह, लेजेंड की बैट, इससे तो मैं खेलूंगा।
फ्यूचर बैटिंग लेजेंड का इसमें जिसका नाम लिखा है बैट उसी को मिलेगी। अरे यार, देखा, अगर इस पे मेरा नाम नहीं लिखा होता तो कितनी दिक्कत हो जाती। इसलिए आरबीआई कहता है बैंक अकाउंट हो या बैंक लॉकर, उसमें नॉमिनी का नाम जरूर दर्ज करें ताकि आपकी जमा पूंजी उसी को मिले जिसे आपने नामित किया है।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back to the Northeast News. In Corona update from the Northeast, while the number of active cases has reached 1,051 active cases in Arunachal Pradesh, the number of cured cases has gone up to 14,937. The number of deaths is 49. Manipur has now 2,972 active cases, even as cured cases have touched 19,813. The death toll has reached 233. In Meghalaya, the number of active cases now is 925, the number of recoveries is 10,236 and the number of deaths is 108. In Mizoram, the active cases now are 485 with 3,157 discharged cases. The death toll has remained at 5. The number of active cases in Nagaland now is 1,375. The cured cases have topped 9,242. So far, the pandemic has claimed 57 lives. Recording 289 active cases, Sikkim has notched up 4,304 cured cases, even as the death toll has reached 98. In Tripura, the number of active cases has gone down to 870, even as the discharged cases have reached 31,197. The death toll is 366. In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma in a tweet has said 223 cases were detected out of a total of 19,844 COVID tests conducted during the last 24 hours. 2,72,019 patients were discharged. The recovery rate has reached 98.01%, even as percentage for active cases is 1.12. Percentage of the dead has been pegged at 0.46. Meanwhile, Nagaland government has imposed a total restriction of visitors in the state civil secretariat complex in Kohima with immediate effect. Principal Secretary Home R. Ramakrishnan has said the restriction has been necessitated in view of the recent detection of COVID-19 positive cases and in the interest of public safety. He said all employees will have to display their valid ID card while entering the secretariat. Besides, employees within the establishment have been advised not to entertain outsiders or visitors and to follow precautionary measures at all times of wearing masks, regular washing of hands and maintaining social and physical distancing. With 45,209 new cases, India's total COVID-19 cases went up to 90,95,807. The Union Health Ministry said that with 501 new deaths in the last 24 hours, excuse me, the death toll has reached 1,33,227. In the last 24 hours, 43,493 people were discharged. With this, the discharge cases stand at 85,21,617. The actual caseload currently comprises only 4.85% of the total positive cases. Presently, total active cases stand at 4,40,962. Even as the world grapples with the exasperating situation in the aftermath of the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, operational updates for active cases stand at 5,85,47,558, while the number of cured cases spread over the world has touched 4,51,02,951. The dead tally accounts for 1,38,07,443. The condition of former Chief Minister of Assam, Chief Minister and veteran Congress leader Torun Gogoi has further deteriorated with multi-organ failure today. He was put in invasive ventilation at Guwahati Medical College and Hospital. He was not keeping well for the past few days following post-COVID-19 complications. Several leaders of the Congress and BJP have visited the hospital to inquire about his health condition. The ambitious adult vaccination for COVID being finalized by the central government is likely to come under discussion and security by a parliamentary committee. This will be first time India will try to administer a vaccine to a large section of population. As the office of Prime Minister Narendra Modi gears up for one of the largest adult vaccination programs for COVID-19 pandemic in the world, its production will be discussed by the Standing Committee on Chemicals and Fertilizers on Monday. Moderna has said its experimental vaccine is 94.5% effective in preventing COVID-19. Based on interim data from a late-stage clinical trial, Moderna is the second developer to report results that far exceeded expectations after Pfizer and its partner BioNTech. If safe and effective vaccines are developed, WHO believes that everyone everywhere should have access to them. Human trials for Sputnik V, Russia's vaccine candidate against the raging coronavirus disease pandemic, is likely to start in India in the middle of this week, according to government officials. In Assam, two senior leaders of Bodoland People's Front, BPF, former MP Biswajit Daimari and MLA Emmanuel Moshahari joined the BJP today. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal, State BJP President Ranjit Kumar Das and National General Secretary Dilip Hoikia attended the joining program in Guwahati. In his speech on the occasion, Sonowal said that only the BJP can ensure the development in the Bodoland Territorial Region, the BTR. Doimari, who has recently resigned from the Rajya Sabha membership, was the executive president of the BPF, while Moshahari was its general secretary. BPF is the partner of the ruling BJP in the state. However, both the parties are fighting against each other in the Bodoland Territorial Council polls to be held next month. The World Fishery Day proved to be a lucky day for Assam, which bagged as many as 4 national awards in various categories in the fishery sector. The 4 awards are the Best State in the Hilly and Northeast State category, the Best District Award for Nagaon in the District category, the Best Farmer Award to State's fish cultivator Omol Medhi of Nolbari in the Farmer category, and the Best Quasi-Government Institute Award to Assam Apex Cooperative Fish Marketing and Processing Federation Limited in the relevant category. Commenting on the feat, State Fishery Minister Porimal Suklabadya said it is the outcome of collective efforts of all stakeholders in the department. The International Cricket Council has postponed the African edition of the Women's T20 World Cup by 3 months to February 2023 to avoid a cluster of big-ticket events in 2022. In a statement, the ICC said the tournament, which was scheduled in November 2022, will now be held from February 9 to 26, 2023. It said if not postponed, the year 2022 will have 3 major events including Commonwealth Games and 50-over Women's World Cup. In August this year, the ICC postponed the 50-over Women's World Cup slated in New Zealand from 2021 to 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The ICC said the decision was taken keeping in mind the workload of the players and also considering long-term interest of women's cricket. You can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for new global index for post-corona world, says focus should be on preserving planet Earth. Meghalaya signs $120 million pact with World Bank to modernize its transport sector and boost tourism. Number of corona cases on decline in India. Northeast follows suit. Former Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi in critical condition. House panel to discuss efficacy of corona vaccines tomorrow. Vaccines may be within people's reach as early as next week. And BPF leaders cross floor, join BJP. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal says only BJP can ensure progress in BTR. And before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, frequently wash hands with soap or sanitize, remember to wear mask properly and join Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.